Officers responded to shots fired in Salt Lake City, where this investigation stands this morning. And a recent college graduate that had all of her belongings stolen on her way home, how she's asking for your help this morning. And the NCAA revoking results from the 2023 National Championship, how it's impacting Utah students who came in first and third.
Live and streaming, this is KSL News Now.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for being with us for KSL News Now. I'm Lori Pritchard. Devin Mashuli is here with us this morning. It is cold outside.
I know. Temperatures in the low to mid 20s again, which is pretty similar to what we felt yesterday morning. But today we're seeing valley haze already kind of thickening up to start today. Like we can see on our sensors, it looks like good air quality, mostly from Cache Valley down to Layton. And then as you get closer to the Bountiful Bench area, Centerville, into the Salt Lake Valley, you see all those yellow sensors now kind of flipping over. As you head into Utah County, at least the north end and a little bit on the southern end, we have some of those yellow sensors. So moderate air quality in place right now. I believe the window for our indices are between 50 to 100. So you can see areas like Lehigh are beginning to get closer to that orange category. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. You'll see it in the air today, likely again tomorrow. 24 right now in Salt Lake, 15 degrees in Logan, 14 in Delta, 18 Cedar City, and 32 degrees right now in St. George. As we look at a satellite and radar loop, the entire state is clear, but you can see just to our south, the gray is creeping in. These are thin, high-level clouds that'll move into southern Utah today. It'll still be a mostly sunny day. They'll just see an increase in clouds, which we will eventually see tomorrow here in Salt Lake. Highs today in the low 40s in Salt Lake. Logan is expected to be in the mid to upper 30s. And then for St. George, they will be in the low 50s. We'll talk about the wet weather that's on the way for New Year's Day that'll help flush out the air coming up in just a bit.
I couldn't believe that somebody would even do that. I couldn't even fathom that would happen.
Right now, Salt Lake City police are searching for the person who stole a recent college graduate's U-Haul truck. Inside of that truck, all of her belongings. 22-year-old Nicole Cleveland was on her way home to her new home in Northern California from Colorado when she and her fiance stopped at a Best Western hotel in Salt Lake this weekend. According to surveillance video, the driver of a white pickup truck is seen pulling into the parking lot, attaching the U-Haul to the truck, and then taking off. Cleveland says it contained all of her personal belongings and estimates it's worth about $20,000.
I've had kitchen appliances, my whole bedroom, all my dog's stuff, snowboards and fishing poles and camping gear and painting and all my electronics. I had all my TVs, computers, AirPods, Apple Watch. Everything I've ever collected was in that U-Haul.
Police have confirmed they are looking for a white pickup truck. A GoFundMe account has been set up for Cleveland, and you can find it on our website, ksltv.com. An Ogden man accused of making anti-Semitic threats online appeared in court for the first time. On Monday, 21-year-old Skylar Rose pleaded not guilty to several charges. Authorities say arrested Rose last week, after a public tip claimed he threatened to blow up a synagogue on a social media site. Ogden police searched his home. They say they found 6 homemade bombs, explosive materials, and firearms inside his room. Rose faces up to life in prison if he is convicted. And Tyler Robinson, the man accused of killing Charlie Kirk, also back in court. Court officials discussed the role the media will play in the case. The judge ruled the transcript and audio of a closed-door October 24th hearing will be released with certain redactions. Greg Skordas with Inside Sources says this transparency is what media outlets have been asking for.
He gave the media a lot of what they wanted. And by the way, that was a motion filed by the media to get access to a hearing.
Previously, the judge had ruled the media couldn't take pictures of Robinson entering or leaving the courtroom or even the restraints that he was wearing. The next hearing is scheduled to take place on January 16th at 1 in the afternoon. 5 years after his first election, Utah Representative Matthew Gwynn will step down after next year's legislative session. The announcement comes as his daughter continues to recover from a deadly crash that happened back in September. She and a teammate were riding scooters when they were both hit by a truck near the college she attended in California. Her teammate died a few weeks later. Gwen's daughter barely survived, and she's recently started walking and speaking again. He says his decision to step down comes as he wants to spend more time with his family. Candidates can start filing to run for the state legislative seat on Friday. This morning, members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints are getting ready for the funeral of President Jeffrey R. Holland. Tomorrow, services will be held inside the Tabernacle on Temple Square. The funeral will be open to the public for those ages 8 and older. Doors will open at 9:30 in the morning. Those services will begin at 11. If you can't make it in person, it will be broadcast live right here on KSL television and on YouTube in 10 different languages. All right, let's check in with Devin Mashuli and get a look at our forecast. As I mentioned, it's cold, but things are going to warm up.
Yes, before you know it, we'll have lows back in the low to mid 30s. But for now, we're still seeing morning temperatures in the low to mid 20s. You can see at the airport, it's 24 degrees, as well as up on the Bountiful Bench. 22 degrees in Holiday and Sandy, 21 in West Jordan, and 19 degrees in Alpine. Provo sitting at 21 right now, 15 degrees in Cache Valley, and low 30s for St. George, and then teens for Cedar City. Afternoon highs today will be about 5 degrees warmer than normal and about 7 degrees warmer compared to yesterday. So you'll feel it in the afternoon. Lots of sun across northern Utah. Unfortunately, you'll see the haze out there beginning to degrade air quality, and then low 50s for St. George with thin high level clouds kind of building in from the southwest. The clouds are associated with a low pressure system that's still well off the coast of California. This storm will begin to bring valley rain and mountain snow to Utah late Wednesday night into New Year's Day. So before that gets here, we have a pair of high pressure systems that will keep us quiet today and mostly tomorrow. You'll see the clouds tomorrow, and we'll further plan out the precipitation that we have on the way for New Year's Day, as well as what the rest of the 7-day forecast looks like within the next 5 minutes.
All right, Devin, thank you. We are following some breaking news this morning. This is a UDOT camera up Little Cottonwood Canyon. Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office says a single vehicle drove off the edge of the cliff here. It's unclear if they hit the creek at this point. The Sheriff's Office does confirm that one person has died in this crash. They're unable to tell if any other people were inside the vehicle. The road will only have one lane open for several hours. It will be alternating traffic up and down the canyon. We have our crews on the way to the scene. We'll bring you updates right here on the air and on our website. Witnesses and family now speaking out about a deadly shooting in South Jordan that happened after a holiday party. Alex Powell, who was the father of a 13-year-old, was shot and killed this weekend. According to arresting documents, witnesses say it appeared to be gang-related. But some of the people who were at that party tell KSL that's not the case.
It was strictly, family ties, and we don't know what happened. My son's without his father, and Alex got robbed of his life.
Brandy Stone says an argument broke out between Powell and 2 other party guests. She says 3 of them went outside where the fight escalated, and then shots were fired. Police have arrested 2 men they believe were involved. Well, we're getting a new look at an officer-involved shooting that happened earlier this month. Salt Lake City Police releasing body camera footage that captured the moment shots rang out. Salt Lake City Police say that they got a call about a fight. This at 149 West Pont Avenue on December 13th. Officers heard those shots just after 3 a.m. They began running to the area to investigate. Now, at the same time, police say someone in a white sedan near the Perry Hotel shot toward those officers. One officer returned fire. No injuries were reported, but that officer was placed on administrative leave. That is, of course, consistent with policy. New information this morning in a bout of road rage that ended in a SWAT standoff in West Valley City. 42-year-old Stephen Allen White now facing 19 criminal charges after allegedly shooting at a SWAT team's armored vehicle. This incident began earlier this month when a woman called police saying she was involved in a minor car crash. When she walked towards the other car to exchange information, she says the driver then pulled out a gun. When the police traced that car back to White's, they say he pulled a gun on officers and then barricaded himself inside his home for hours. One officer fired at least one shot hitting White's. He was taken to a local hospital where he's believed to still be receiving treatment as of Monday. This morning, we're learning the name of the driver killed in a fiery crash on Bangerter. 63-year-old Abby Louise Roderick from Enoch has been identified as the driver of a Hyundai that crashed into 6 other cars at the intersection of Bangerter Highway and 4100 South. After the impact, her car caught fire. Another person ran to pull her out, but she died from her injuries at the hospital. Another driver was also taken to the hospital in critical condition. No word this morning on what caused her to lose control of her vehicle. Hurricane Valley Fire and Rescue posting about a new rescue in Sand Hollow State Park. Officials say UTV rolled into a ravine with 2 people inside. One person was able to get out on their own, but the other had to be helped out by first responders and bystanders at the scene. We know one person was taken to the hospital for injuries. A storm front wreaking havoc in the U.S. is headed off the East Coast today, and it will impact more flights. Forecasters say this week's totals could reach 3 feet in some areas in the Great Lakes region. Heavy snow and freezing rain also causing power outages from Michigan to New Jersey. Down south, the National Weather Service says part of West Texas had a winter storm warning last night. The weather is still impacting some flights. FlightAware shows more than 1,100 flights have been delayed. More than 400 have been canceled.
We're just really excited that the snow is finally falling. I never doubted it would come, but we're excited to see hopefully more on the way too.
Oh, so people who love the outdoors and love skiing, ski resorts, all alike, sharing their excitement this morning. Officials say the joy palpable on Monday and over the weekend as enough snow finally fell to open up more ski lifts. Many saying they knew it would eventually come, but the long wait was hard for business. And we know a lot of people travel to Utah because we have the best snow on earth.
Yes.
We just need the snow.
I know, especially this time of year. I mean, we've heard about people having to cancel their trips because we really haven't had much snow. Luckily, as you can see on our weather headlines, while the pattern is mild, meaning we'll likely see valley rain with these storms, it is becoming more active. So at least within the next 7 days, we're hopeful to get a couple of storms to bring a nice coat to our mountains. Before that, we have to deal with valley haze, likely today and tomorrow. And then our next storm will move in for New Year's Day. That will kind of help flush out the haze that we have in the valleys. 24 degrees to start in Salt Lake right now, 15 degrees in Logan, 23 in Moab, and 32 degrees in St. George. While southwestern Utah will have increasing clouds, so kind of a mostly sunny day. Northern Utah is expected to stay clear and sunny with highs in Salt Lake in the low 40s, kind of topping out around 2 to 3 p.m. As we head into the holiday forecast, we're going to see warmer temperatures, so mid 40s by tomorrow, upper 40s by New Year's Day. We'll see increasing clouds New Year's Day or New Year's Eve ahead of the New Year's Day storm system. And generally temperatures around midnight New Year's Eve will be at 38 degrees. As we plan out that storm that is coming on New Year's Day, we'll see this high pressure system kind of shift to the east. So Wednesday evening, we'll begin to see valley rain and mountain snow move into southwestern Utah. This will move into northern Utah by Thursday morning. So a little bit of a wet commute, but luckily many people have that day off. We'll keep valley rain and mountain snow throughout much of the day on New Year's across the north, but a little bit more broken across the southern parts of the state. A little bit Friday morning, and then the rest of the day on Friday looks to be dry with some mainly clear skies. About 2 to 4 tenths of an inch of rain looks like it could fall across northern Utah, less than a quarter in the southwestern parts of the state. Mountain snow doesn't seem to be a lot here, but we're kind of keeping an optimistic look. It's a little early to put it out a number, but I am going to around like 4 to 8 inches for the cottonwoods, but less outside of there. For central Utah today, generally around the 40s or mid to upper 40s, but low 40s in Price and low 50s in Richfield. Southern Utah, upper 40s in Cedar City, low 50s in Beaver and Panguitch, as well as Kanab. Some thin high-level clouds moving into southwestern Utah today, so mostly sunny. 54 with mostly cloudy skies in St. George on Wednesday, then 50 for New Year's Day with rain, and then mid-50s heading into the weekend with partly to mostly cloudy skies. Northern Utah near 40 in Logan today, 47 though in Heber City. Again, we have an inversion strengthening, so areas in higher elevations will be a touch warmer than the valley floor. Low 40s today, mid 40s on Wednesday, then upper 40s for New Year's Day with rain. And then you can see as we head into the weekend, still warmer than normal in the upper 40s and the low 50s, but we're hopeful to get a couple more storms in here to add some additional high elevation snow.
All right, Devin, thank you. In other headlines this morning, Utah is set to receive $195 million to strengthen and modernize rural health care. It's part of the new $50 billion rural health transformation program the Trump administration has announced. Half of that money will be split between states. The other half will be awarded through a point system based on a set of criteria, which could involve the state's commitment to specific policy actions. Now, that idea has drawn some criticism. States will be rescored each year and have the possibility to have some of those funds revoked. The NCAA is revoking results from a 2023 national championship where 2 Utah students won first and second place. Multiple reports have indicated it's due to the first place winner for the Division I 10-meter race. That winner testing positive for a banned substance. Everlyn Kimboy won that race, competing for Utah Valley University with a time of 32 minutes and just over 39 seconds. This also affects former University of Utah student Emily Venters, who got second place. Venters said that she tried to appeal the decision to lose her title, but that was denied. Some Salt Lake City residents fighting back this morning against a new bio tower coming to their neighborhood. These towers are used as wastewater treatment systems. Construction is slated for mid-January on a stretch of land near 10th West and Pierpont Avenue. Neighbors have already started a petition to stop, saying that they're worried it will bring toxic gases and lower the value of their nearby homes.
You know, we were just asking to maybe put like a park here, at least like, you know, some sort of landscaping, and instead we get a bio tower.
Well, public utility workers say the 30-foot tall tower is being installed in part to address complaints about a bad odor. They say it will treat hydrogen sulfide, which is behind that bad odor. The city says that they're willing to engage with the neighbors as long as needed, which could delay this project. A new surgical device developed through the University of Utah is saving animal lives and could potentially help humans in the future. It's called the Vetlin pouch. It's a device filled with antibiotics placed directly on a wound with a hard-to-treat infection. It can be refilled until that infection heals. Researchers say it's already helped several cats and dogs, even horses. The university hopes the positive results will help move the product closer to clinical trials in humans soon. Turning now to consumer headlines, one of the best trades of the year just staged a major reversal. Some experts say that they expect the dip to last as there's a large supply issue and large demand. We're talking about silver. Silver has some strong ties to Utah's economy, of course, with the Kennecott being a mine producing more than 2 million ounces per year, which at the current record high prices is worth about $150 million now. A simple scheme that costs consumers in the end, criminal rings targeting perishables for profits. A massive shipment of lobsters headed to various Costco locations across the Midwest never made it. They were stolen. The haul was intercepted at a shipping facility by criminals who were impersonating a legitimate trucking company. And this isn't an isolated incident. Criminals are targeting perishables because they're a lot harder to track. And while the losses are incurred by the seller, in the end, it costs us, the consumers, as companies offset those losses by increasing their prices. Well, as we flip the calendar over to the new year, for some that means looking for a new job. And career experts say January is a great time for job seekers. The new year means a new annual budget for most companies, so they have flexibility to add new positions. Experts recommend broadening your job search in the market and to tailor your resume and cover letter to each job that you apply for. Experts also recommend not just applying through the company's website. You should try and track down the hiring manager and email them directly. Every new year, there's a tendency to shift to a new pattern of eating. Experts say some of those trends are better for you than others. Some dietitians say a new food trend right now is mushrooms. They say they're a good source of vitamins and support the immune system. They also expect gut-friendly foods to be a foundation of healthy trends for the new year. Experts say protein will still be a big trend, but to expect those smaller portion sizes as well. I don't know about mushrooms.
I'm the same way. Thank you. I can't get on the mushroom train. I tried. You tried to.
Yeah, we all try.
Good music there. I've tried cottage cheese, protein. I'll figure that one out.
Yeah.
But if you're preparing breakfast this morning, it is cold outside. Temperatures in the low to mid 20s. And as we look at our Ensign Peak cameras, the sun slowly beginning to rise. Kind of that thin layer of valley haze. It's kind of hard to make out right now, but I'm sure by this afternoon we will see it full swing. As we look at our air quality network here, you can begin to see moderate air quality right along through the Salt Lake Valley into parts of Utah County. So it's likely we'll see this begin to worsen today. The numbers associated with that, about 55 for our air quality index in Bountiful, and looks like a higher spot though in Lehigh. Highs today will be in the low 40s with sunny skies across the majority of Utah. Thin high level clouds moving into the southwestern part of the state with highs in the low 50s for St. George. They will stay at 54 degrees tomorrow, then 50 on New Year's Day with rain showers moving through, and then partly to mostly cloudy skies through the weekend with highs in the mid 50s. Here's your last check of the Wasatch Front 7-day forecast. Mid 40s, for New Year's Eve, then upper 40s for New Year's Day with valley rain and mountain snow. We will stay in the low 50s from Friday through Saturday with a couple more brush by systems across northern Utah. It looks like these storms will be valley rain and mountain snow.
Devin, thank you. Well, forget the mushrooms. Let's talk donuts. If you're a donut lover, you're in luck. Pink Box Donuts are making their way to Utah. They're opening a location in American Fork next month, replacing a former Zaxby's restaurant near Main Street. Another Pink Box is set to open in Sandy, and you can expect it this summer. If you've never tried the Vegas-based donuts before, you can check them out in American Fork when they open on January 17th. Well, happening right now in Utah, Taylorsville police are sifting through, over 180 drawings from local fifth graders to pick the department's official holiday card for next year. The department's saying that they're a mix of amazing creativity and a bit of humor here. They're posting some of their favorites right now on social media and say that they will pick the official design on January 5th. Happening now, Bryan Head Resort has opened another lift, expanding access to 14 additional trails. The Giant Steps Express lift is the 6th of the resort's 8 lifts to get up and running for the season. Additional terrain is expected to open when they get more snow, and hopefully it will come soon. Thanks so much for joining us on this segment of KSL News Now on this Tuesday morning. We leave you with a look at Salt Lake City. We are waking up to a great day. Thanks so much for joining us.